Shalom, all praise and glory to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shabbat, Shama Kakwadash, the ones the apostle, the great millstone, and unto salutation to you, Akim, just laboring. All right, this article was about, this lesson about, me mentioning, I've been mentioning a lot about, the arsenic and the baby food, and I just happened to pull up an article, and I was like, you know what, let me do a video on it because I've been mentioning it for a little bit, probably in a couple of videos, but maybe street teaching. So Spirit jumped on me to do this video right here this very moment. And Lord willing is edifying to you, Akim, and you few sisters that believe in Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. So without any further ado, I pulled this article up from one of the number one MSM's outlets in America, also known as Babylon the Great. But the number one MSM is, or I'll say the top three, one of them being CNN, and it's from their online news source. And this actually was published back in November the 1st of 2019. And I think I actually did something about, along the subject, another video, which I got from another source, but just happened to type it in, on Google. So let's dive right into it because one thing I always said, about Esau is about his chemical warfare that he uses on the people, and I was saying, even our babies don't have a real chance at life under Esau, and in this article, which is I'm going to mainly read this article. I got a few scriptures, a few precepts pulled up, but I want you to see how much these devils take advantage of our women, and how much an Israelite baby's life is in danger. All right, so it says 95% of tested baby foods in the U.S. contain toxic metals, report says. And it says, go right to the article. It says, toxic heavy metals damaging to your baby's brain development are likely in the baby food you are feeding your infant, according to a new investigation published Thursday. Tests of 168 baby foods from major manufacturers in the U.S. found 95% contain lead, 73% contain arsenic, 75% contain cadmium, and 32% contain mercury. 1/4 of the foods contain all four heavy metals. So 1/4. It says 1/4. So that's 25% of all the top brands, right? Contain all the above. So, you got to go and think to yourself and say, man, think about how many of our women have placed our children on these different baby formulas, and you fed your children these different baby snacks from your top brands. Including myself. I always been a father. I always wanted my children to be breastfed, and it was always a struggle. So I know some of you brothers out there, thought the same thing, hey, you need to breastfeed my child. And there's always a struggle and fight, with your child's mother, especially when her mother's around, when your baby mother's mother around. She always want to, egg it on and shit like that too, just some things we go through as Israelites, being under these curses, But when you think about it, man, it's doing a lot of damage to our children, First and foremost, the doctor already give our children these crazy immunization shots that mess with their development to begin with, especially if you're an Israelite boy. And then to think that these baby food snacks that you give them, baby formula you give them, is adding to that. So they're at a disadvantage uh, mentally, as far as developing mentally. And this is why they try to say that girls develop faster than boys, because you gotta remember, Esau targets the man child, because the man child is the one that's going to carry the seed of his fathers. All right. So that's the reason why we tell you women to breastfeed a lot, and you don't want to do that, which you should. Let's go to the book of Lamentations, 4 and 8. Not 4 and 8. I'm sorry. Let's go to 4 and 4. I'm sorry, 4 and 3. It says for Lamentations chapter 4 verse 3. It says, even the sea monsters draw out the breast; they give suck to their young ones. The daughter of my people has become cruel, like the ostriches in the wilderness. You know, you watch National Geographic about the different you know sea monsters, how they feed their youngs, and you can see that on any uh, video documentary or live footage of the sea monsters, which is whales and what have you. They actually feed their young, but the ostrich, the ostrich is very cruel to her youngs. They often leave their young out to die. And that's how our women, they do that. They basically putting our children's lives in danger by giving them the baby formula and baby foods. It's actually doing our child's brain development, our children's brain development a disservice. It's hardening, or I'm sorry, slowing down their mental production or development. You know, um, you see a lot of these so-called Negro, Latino, Native American boys. They're slow to speak, slow to react, and different things like that. It's due to those immunization shots, and also these baby foods and baby formulas that they keep encouraging our women to put our children on when they're our babies. It makes no sense to do that. Put all these chemicals in our babies and wonder why they're autistic and things like that. Why they're not as tentative as they should be. Because of all these different chemicals going into their bodies and slowing down their mental production and mental development. You know, that's the reason. So, that's something that you women should think about. Um, Verse 4: the tongue of the suckling child cleaveth to the roof of his mouth for thirst. The young children ask bread, and no man breaketh it unto them. You know, First and foremost, you know, uh, when a child grows up, you know, it gradually go from drinking um, milk, which is supposed to be the milk of his mother. All right, then he go, chew on soft things, soft foods. Maybe apples, applesauce or banana. Something that's real soft. Grapes. You know, um, Different things like that. You know, as parents, we chew up food for our children when they start producing teeth. They start to chew little things. You gradually get them off the wean them off the milk. But first they must have the milk, because the milk is so vital to their development. Right? Not just mental, but also physically. I've seen children that are breastfed. They are way far advanced than children that are not breastfed. So that's something to think about. They get bigger, they get stronger, and they a lot mentally. They a lot they are a lot of mental mistakes that are made less when they're breastfed. They're able to think quicker. The reflexes is better. Bone structure is bigger. The nourishment of a baby getting breastfed is so um, so vital to them. You know, it's something you have to see with your own eyes. You know, I seen a young Israelite boy. He was a year and a half old. He was looked like he was about 3 or 4 years old almost. That's how big he was. And a year and a half, almost 2 years old. He's like he's about 3 or 4 years old. You know, show you. It goes to show you the importance of breastfeeding. You know, back in the article it says a related article. Lead screening guidelines for children, pregnant women changed by task force. 1 in 5 baby foods tested had over 10 times the 1 ppb limit of lead endorsed by public health advocates, although experts agree that no level of lead is safe. So yeah, because they're not supposed to really have lead, you know, in the water, food, whatever, what have you. It doesn't go well with the body. And that's something that Esau he knows, and that's why you have a constant uh, thing about lead levels being raised as a high concern among Jake because Jake didn't know what was going on. But now that you do, you Israelites out there that know what's going on, you should take precaution and find other means to go about to feed and nourish your children. All right, don't give them tap water. All right, find the water that's safe for you. Buy filters. Because this lead is damaging our children's lives. All right, it also can cause death as well. It can be fatal. All right. It says the results mimic a previous study by the Food and Drug Administration that found one or more of the same metals in 33 or 39 types of baby food tested. Foods with the highest risk of neurotoxic harm. So not only that, it attacks the neural system. All right, which is the nerves. That's why I said reflexes earlier. It pisses you off inside, but these are things that Esau does, man. And this is why Esau is going to be held accountable, man. This is one of the things that Esau is going to be held accountable for. All right, the covert chemical warfare that he uses against our people. All right, it says foods with the highest risk of neurotoxic harm were rice-based products, sweet potatoes, and fruit juices. The analysts found, even in the trace amounts found in food, these contaminants can alter the developing brain and erode a child's IQ. The impacts add up with each meal or snack a baby eats, the report said. So, it basically it helps our children to have low IQ and even brain memory, man, because these arsenics and toxins is doing so much harm to the brain, man, and to the body. You know, it's so vast of as far as the levels and the ways that Esau tries to destroy us Israelites, starving our children, starving our babies, man. All right. It says infant rice cereal, rice dishes, and rice-based snacks top the list of most toxic foods for babies. You know, you know. Even when I was young, even when I was younger, and when I first became a parent, I didn't know any better. I would put the baby cereal in the mix with the formula because my children mothers they wouldn't breastfeed them, and so I didn't know these dangers. I didn't know the danger of these different baby foods and stuff like that. And that's one way the Esau gets you, man. All right, because you don't know. And then all of a sudden later on, after it had took so much of effect on the people, all right, then it's brought to light when there's no when it's already when it's already when it's already something that's been done that's doing the damage already. All right. Lamentations 3:51. It says, mine eye affected mine heart because of all the darts of my city. You know, and when you are awakened unto this knowledge, you know, that's how it is, man. You know, your eyes are affected by what you see because you see the daughters of your people. You know, whether it's your relatives or just your fellow Israelite um, families. You constantly see they're putting their young ones on baby formula and baby cereal and food and all that stuff. You know, and you know the effects of it, and you know that if you were to say something to those individuals, to those women, uh, you know the effect or the drama is going to cause because for one, you know, our women are stubborn and they're stubborn and they don't want you to tell them anything. You know, even if you're looking out for the welfare or the well-being of them and their young, you know, it's a sad situation. You know, it's something that grieves you, but also it causes anger within you because you know that Esau is doing this on purpose, and you know he's trying to destroy your people. All right, all right. Um, this is Ecclesiastes, also known as Sirach, chapter 25, verse 8, and it reads, "Well is him that dwelleth with a wife of understanding." You know, man, that's so important, man, to have a woman or a wife, and have a wife, and not only that you have a wife, but she has understanding because she listens to you and obeys you, especially in matters that's concerning the welfare, the well-being of you, her, and your children. And right now, most of us don't have that, because of the curses, But a woman is of understanding, and listens to her husband, and that's the reason she have understanding of a situation. She'll breastfeed her children. There are some women out there that actually breastfeed their children. They understand the importance of breastfeeding. I have a few relatives myself that understand the importance of breastfeeding. You know, and they breastfeed all their young ones, which is a beautiful thing. The ones of you sisters out there that do. It's not. I'm not getting on all you women. It's just the women that don't breastfeed your children and you're so against it. This is for you. All right. This is for you to see. All right. This is for you to understand and take heed to. All right. It says these back in the article. It says these popular baby foods are not only high in inorganic arsenic, the most toxic from the most toxic form of arsenic, but also are nearly always contaminated with all four toxic metals. The report said. Prior research has shown that even low levels of arsenic exposure, excuse me, prior research has shown that even low levels of arsenic exposure can impact the baby's neurodevelopment. So even a small amount, the scriptures say, uh, matter of fact, let's get that. I want to get this precept real quick Because even just a small amount. Matter of fact, let's probably find it quicker. Probably find it quicker this way. All right, this is First Corinthians chapter 5, verse 6. It says, "Your glorying is not good. Know ye not that a little leaven leaveneth the whole lump?" So just like the article says, it says that. Let's read it again. It says, prior research has shown that even low levels of arsenic exposure can impact a baby's neurodevelopment. So just a small amount, right, can impact the neurodevelopment of a baby. So that's a little leaven, but it can leaven the whole lump. It can cause major damage. You know, which is something big, man. And these Edomites, man, they ain't just found this shit out. They've been knowing about this. It was just like the Flint water crisis. They knew that the water was toxic, and they knew that the dangers and everything they need to know about the water, knowing it could be fatal, but yet still they gave it to our people, because it's our people that the main ones that consume these these waters that come into the inner cities or the urban areas, because mainly Jake dwell in the urban areas. So they bunch us in and pack us in these urban areas, as they call them. All right, so it affects Israelites more than anyone, so-called Negro, Latino, and even Native American. All right, because you're Israelites too, right? And you know, some of you Gadites live on the reservation, and some of you live in the city. You know, but it affects us all. That's the reason why Gad was fighting over their clean water. Okay. Matter of fact, look at the picture. It says arsenic in drinking water damages hearts of young adults. Study says. All right. So even the water. So when you make when you women out there making your baby some baby formula or baby milk from the formula, um, the water you putting in, you know, is harmful because it has arsenic in it. And even if you get like Nestle water, well, Nestle water have microplastic um, inside the water. On top of the water, is not clean anyway. All right, so no matter how clear it looks, it has metals in it. All right, because of the so-called purification process they use, is not safe. All right, it says in a 2004 study looked at children in Bangladesh who were exposed to arsenic in drinking water, and it found that they scored significantly lower on intellectual tests. A meta-analysis of studies on the topic found that a 50% increase in arsenic levels in urine would be associated with a point 0.4 decrease in the IQ of children between the ages of 5 and 15. It says arsenic is a natural element found in soil, water, and air, with the inorganic form being the most toxic. And what do you think Esau does? He always make the inorganic form. All right. It says inorganic is a chemical term. It has nothing to do with the method of farming. Right, because inorganic meaning is something that's been man-made or modified or altered by man. And the man that does it is Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. All right, so when the scriptures call you the son of perdition, which is the son of destruction, right? Perdition means destruction. You're not just destructive by your war, your your conventional warfare tactics. You're also destructive with your chemical warfare tactics. All right. Everything you do, everything you put your hands on, you saw it. It always causes the loss of life, and that's the reason why we say that you Edomites are the cancer of the earth. All right, you're the cancer of the earth. And it's evident. It says, because rice is grown in water, it is especially good at absorbing inorganic arsenic. And according to the Food and Drug Administration, which is the FDA, the acronym, has the highest concentration of any food. In this case, brown and wild rice are the worst offenders because the milling process used to create white rice removes the outer layers where much of the arsenic concentrates. That's why I'm not a fan of white rice to begin with. You know, I mean, it's man, it's actually something that actually get to you, man, because the dangers of the foods, man, and it's sad. It's sad because like I said, our women won't listen to us. All right, as far as most of us Israelite men. Now let's go back to the book of Sirach. Let me see about verse 20. Ecclesiasticus 25 and 20. It says, "As the climbing up a sandy way is to the feet of the age, so is a wife full of words to a quiet man." I've seen a lot of men, not just myself, but I've seen a lot of men get into it with their women about breastfeeding. All right. And we don't look to start trouble with our women. We just want what's best for our women and our children. But the division among Israelite families is so critical. All right, it's so devastating to us, and so we're forced to, we're forced to be in a unsavory situation, when you approach a woman with things that she ought to be doing. All right, and that's why you need to consider who you get with. As Israelite men, you need to consider who you with. You need to do some research on who you with before you decide to make her your spouse or your partner, whatever you want to call her, your wife. All right. Ecclesiastes 9 and 8. Turn away thine eye from a beautiful woman, and look not upon another's beauty. For many have been deceived by the beauty of a woman, for herewith love is kindled as a fire. You know, um, you may see a beautiful woman out there. And Israelite men, we love beautiful women, but look past her beauty. Get to know her, get to know her family, get to know her upbringing, how was she raised. You know, and your mother breastfeed you. You know, how long your mom and dad been together. How's your mom and dad relationship. Because you need to see, is this woman going to be with you on the same page with you. So when things like this arise, you can have an easy flow of things within your home, the one you create with that woman you want to be with. All right, because that's important. That's important to know. All right, most men, they get a woman because she's so fine. How we love fine women, man. But you got to think, man, is this woman someone I could have as a what you call a life partner? Can I make her my wife? Is she willing to build a family with me? Is she willing to listen and obey me? Especially, you men of understanding out there, man. You men that have knowledge, wisdom, understanding of the scriptures. You men that have knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of the scriptures. These are some things you should think about, all right? Because these things are burdensome to you when you think about them. Okay, consider who you procreating with. Get to know her, get to know her upbringing. All right, it's very important, man. All right, but Esau, you know, you're not going to be let off the hook for the things you do to our people. You know, you're going to be held accountable, man. All right, believe that. All right, the Most High Heavenly Father is not going to forgive you for the things that you do to our people because you may think you're getting away with it, but you're not in reality. All right, scriptures tell you that in the book of Ecclesiastes about the Most High requiring the things that which are past. All right, and that's why the Most High said, um, well, I'm gonna quote that afterward, but let me get this precept out the way. It says, Ecclesiastes 3:15, that which had been is now, and that which is to be had already been, and the Most High required that which is past. You know all those programs you started to secretly destroy Israelite lives. You know the Most High gonna require the blood of those Israelites. You know, because there have been some babies that have that died all of a sudden. You know, I had some aunties that died. They was babies. They was months old. I forget how many months there was, but all of a sudden they died. You know, I don't know where it was from, but I know you do a lot to our women. All right, I've had a niece that passed away. All those different prenatal pills. Some of them may be decent, but some of them may be harmful, man. All right. All right, and then what does Isaiah 14 and 21 say? It says, prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers, because the things that your forefathers began to do, even during hardcore slavery, it still affects our people. And the things that you're still doing to this very day, all the things you set up to destroy our people, all right, they're still around. All right. And these things have come to light because of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. You know, Yahweh Shem Yahushua have made these things public. As far as your wicked and evil doings behind closed doors. Now it's in the public light. All right. It's been made public. You know what I'm saying? The Most High published it by using us as vessels to bring that out. And that's why the Most High is going to cut you off by slaughter, Esau, because you've been trying to cut us off by slaughter. You know, which we are his chosen beloved. All right. So with that, I'm going to say, Lord willing, it was edifying to you, Agium, and you few Akwath that have watched. You know, all praise and glory to Yahweh Shem Yahushua, Shem Till next time I say Shalom.